Tonight, we're digging into issues at the Oklahoma County Jail, including the push for renovations at our current facility, while plans are still being finalized for a brand new building.
Now, last year, voters decided Oklahoma County will get a new jail. Commissioners say they have a location in mind, and now they're waiting on approval from Will Rogers Airport. Fox 25's Sarah Smith live tonight with this update. Sarah.
Wendy, officials say that this jail is dangerous and outdated. A new space for the new jail is picked out. Commissioners now under pressure to break ground. A progress report on plans for the new Oklahoma County Jail. We talked to Commissioner Brian Mon. He calls it a waiting game, hoping the city and airport sell the county the plot north of Will Rogers.
They, in their defense, offered it as a lease, but the DA here in Oklahoma County said if we're going to build a permanent structure on something, we have to own the land.
Mon says a decision needs to happen before 2024. That way they keep the federal funding.
We are facing those deadlines. You know, when you're talking about construction projects of this magnitude, those are coming on like a freight train. So we're going to have to start moving pretty quick.
This land, Mon says, is the best place for the jail to go.
We'd like to build it there if possible. It's one of the least intrusive places to construct one in terms of negative impact to a surrounding area.
Commissioners say they want the facility done by 2026.
I don't think it bears the stigmatism that a lot of people are worried about if it does come to a community near them. And it obviously will be built to be safe.
Now, long-term commissioners say they want a justice center to go along with the new jail. That way, inmates don't have to be transported back here to downtown whenever they have a hearing. Live in Oklahoma City, Sarah Smith, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Sarah. And while we're waiting on the decision for the new location, the Oklahoma County Jail is asking for $1.5 million of ARPA funding to make some renovations to the current facility.
Fox 25's Katie Arata spoke with the jail's CEO to learn what that money will be used for and why it's necessary, despite those plans to demolish the jail once the new one's built.
The Oklahoma County Jail has a long list of issues when it comes to the facility, which is why the county is working on a plan to build a whole new jail. But in the meantime, officials say there are some upgrades that need to be made.
We are looking at expanding our intake, the receiving area. Right now, the way that it's set up, it's not very efficient. It doesn't allow for us to spread people out and separate them. It creates a safety issue, and overall, I think it's just going to improve the efficiency of our processes.
Some question why the county would want to spend so much money on a jail that will likely be demolished when the new facility is built. But Garner says that new facility is years away.
Because we need to make improvements, we need to make them quickly. We are several years out from having a new facility, and so we need to do what we can with the facility we have to make it work and be better operationally in the meantime.
Christopher Johnston with the People's Council for Justice Reform agrees.
The new jail is not an erector set. It's going to take about 5 years, if not more.
But he says the jail needs to focus on other renovations before expanding the intake area.
The overwhelming majority of issues that were like maybe structurally were the cleanliness of the pods, the degradation of the pods. To me, where people live, where they eat, is much more important a way to spend that money.
Reporting for Fox 25 News, I'm Katie Arata.
Jail officials say they plan to apply for those ARPA funds soon, and they're currently drawing up a plan for the expansion of the intake area.
The Oklahoma County Jail has been facing issues for years now, gaining attention for lawsuits, investigations, also a large number of inmates who died inside. Taking a look at some of those numbers, 7 inmates have died inside the jail so far this year. The first death of 2023 was reported on January 30th, a second on February 27th. Then in April, 4 inmates died. 1 death reported April 8th, 3 more within 4 days that month. Those inmates died between April 21st and April 24th. The next most recent death 2 months ago, September 20th. Now, this year's numbers lower than last year's when 16 lives were lost in the jail. Oklahomans gathered outside the detention center in January to remember those who died and to call for change.
Those people that have been in charge have not taken it seriously, and people's lives have been taken. That there's something wrong here. It's out of control, and it needs to be fixed.
Now, last December, Greg Williams resigned as the Oklahoma County Jail Trust CEO amid safety concerns surrounding the jail, including those inmate deaths. Brandi Garner, named interim CEO, then officially took over in May. We spoke to her back in September about the changes she's working towards.
We look at every death and we try to find out what the cause is. What is it? Where did we fail? What are the conditions that they came into?
Garner told us correcting that issue includes stricter requirements for people to be brought in while turning away those who might need medical care instead of immediate jail time. And it's an uphill battle cleaning up the current jail, and a lot of that has to do with money. Right now, they're hiring, but with the same budget since 2018, and the salaries have not increased over the years.
I think funding is also a missed opportunity to not only increase the salary of the people that are working here, but attract quality candidates. We are the lowest paid starting salary for the county.
The entry-level position, a cadet, makes around $36,000 a year, moving up to the top ranking as a staff sergeant around $52,000.
The Oklahoma County Jail also continues to fail health inspections. The most recent one was in July when the State Department of Health released a new report on their inspection of the jail. 9 pages detailed things like site checks and bed bugs.
This jail has had problems since the moment that it opened up. And so we as a jail trust have to just focus on what we can do to address the problem.
On the issue of site checks, the health department says the facility failed to conduct and document at least 1 visual site check every hour. At the time, communications director Mark Opgran said the jail would be installing Wi-Fi throughout the building and would buy mobile technology for jail staff to use. Another area of concern, bed bugs, mice, and roaches in cells. Jail administrators say they would be taking steps to address those issues. Now, the jail has also been going through a major infrastructure upgrade over this last week, and it's proven challenging as several systems had to go offline. There were multiple phone and computer system outages causing delays in the in-booking and releasing process. We recently spoke with a man who told us his loved one was still behind bars because of computer issues days after being arrested for an unpaid parking ticket.
I went and paid her city fines off and went to a bondsman and paid the bond 2 days ago. Now it's going on 3, and he can't even get her out. They said they were having computer issues, come back in 10 minutes, and then it was an hour, and then it was another hour. I stayed 5 hours. There was other people also waiting in the front parking lot trying to get their people out. Finally, I just had to go home. It was so late.
Jail officials say they are switching from a county system to their own system, which is designed to increase efficiency.
While problems continue to plague the Oklahoma County Detention Center, there have been some pretty big upgrades to the facility in the past few years. Fox 25 took a jail tour in 2021 after it underwent $10.3 million worth of upgrades that included an updated heating and AC unit, water pumps, sewage grinders, and also generators. A lot of upgrades that were done there. They showed us a ton of stuff, and we got another tour just this past August to take a look at some ongoing cell renovations. That project included things like painting walls, fixing broken lights, also repairing some holes there. CEO Brandy Garner says giving the cells a fresh new look also gets the jail right with the health department.
One of the issues that the health department is constantly citing us for is sanitation issues. This addresses that. We're able to sanitize the entire cell by painting it. Now we can see how sanitized it is, whereas before, if they swept and mopped the floor, it was really difficult to tell if that had been done.
Garner told us the renovations take up a significant part of their budget. She also said in August they hope to have the project completed by the end of this year. And that was your Big Story Breakdown. You can find more about the issues at the Oklahoma County Jail on OKCFox.com.
And if you missed any part of this Big Story Breakdown, you can find it all on our YouTube channel. Just scan the QR code on your screen or search OKC Fox.